I don't know why it is happening in this way. But Butozo sent me to address this issue. Number one, Butozo is the general commander, the chief of staff in Biafra land. Then how could it be somebody that is imposing herself as the deputy prime minister can never work with the chief of staff in Biafra land? She can never work together with the chief of staff. He is now moving around, searching for floor members in the school, to bribe them, to pay them, giving them assignments towards the school, how to bring out informations from the school. After packing out the information from the school, they will now gather the information and send it to the zoo, the zoological entities. They will now plan on a way to come for war against the Biafra Liberation Army. I want Biafra to understand this clearly. You said you are a deputy prime minister and you are not working with the triple general, and you want to bring the division, the confusion that you people have planted over there in diaspora down in our midst. Please and please, I want Biafrans to understand this clearly. Butozo is our commander, general commander. I am a major general, gentle. Butozo, B44 is a major general, gentle, major general. Owam is a major general. Oweble Butozo is a major general. Liquid Metal is a major general. Action Beta is a major general. Prince is a major general. And all the rest of the commanders in 40 state of Biafra that are major generals, we all are under the triple general. And I want to advise Ngozi Orabeze and assured her that no amount of money, no amount of bribing that she can use to bribe any one of the majors in Biafra land. We are together and we are standing and holding strong. So please, stop bringing the division in the homeland. We can never accept it. Rather, let it be that I told you, because Ngwaragi Nankayawagi Aburotu. Bear it in mind, in terms of thunder that has been trending all over the area. Let Biafrans understand this clearly. Ngozi Orabeze denied thunder from the one. Then by the time we find out that thunder is a spy in the midst of the Biafra Liberation Army, he was planted by the Ngozi Orabeze that denies him. Now, what that has happened. And I want to make it clearly for the hearers of our people. Any saboteur, any betrayer in the school, in our school, in homeland, must pay the price. Let I make it clearly for the hearers of our people. You planted thunder, and the thunder has no rank. Thunder has never been holding any rank in the school. Thunder is a neutral man in the school, without knowing that Thunder is a commander to Ngozi Orabeze. How could this be? How can we be moving around, working against ourselves? And we are there deceiving, and you are there, Ngozi Orabeze, deceiving the people. Now, there was a time I came up. I swear that Ngozi Orabeze have never been giving anything to me and to the men on ground without even knowing that Ngozi Orabeze have already divided the house, telling them the evil and the atrocities that they will be doing inside the school. Now, it has been exposed. After the explosion, Ngozi Orabeze now came up and they be telling the Biafrans and the world that Thunder is one of his commander. Let Biafra have something upstairs. I want Biafra to have something upstairs. Number one, Ngozi Orabeze is a member of People's Club, and every Biafra should get this. People's Club of Nigeria is the people in charge of the zoological animal kingdom. Ngozi Orabeze too brought his own brother out to be a governor in Anambra. Ngozi Orabeze is a full politician. Ngozi Orabeze is working with.
I believe you have listened from the horse's mouth what he has to say regarding the development and what has transpired. Aligning with my thought pattern, ab initio, I have asked this question. A house divided against itself certainly will fall. Why are you fighting the structures? Why are you fighting the structures? Do you understand what that means? Whatever reasons you might give to convince some gullible persons is not tenable. Now the reality is unfolding more expose as the main stakeholders are now coming to expose the hidden agenda behind embarking on the devolution or decentralization of the defense force. It is now happening. The main people are coming to expose what they believe Ngozi Orabeze has been doing, has been doing everything possible to scatter them, to sow seed of discord, to infiltrate into the defense force using the willing vessels who could possibly sell out informations and expose the commanders and every other person to the state of vulnerability. This is what Gentle, the Yahoo, or the General has come to clear out according to his position. I am analyzing as an independent analyst and a social critics, especially issue of importance, of public importance and the rest of them. Now, this is very clear, and I've always asked this question. If you have been following my analysis, the most recent regarding this subject matter, I have maintained what exactly is the intention behind fighting, because I consider it as a declaration of war against this restoration, against the liberation of the Biafran cause. Anyone that embarked on a mission to weaken the defense front definitely is against the restoration. It doesn't matter whatever the person might claim, just as Gentle now, who says under the permission of the Butuzo, is addressing their friends that see what is happening. That Ngozi Arabezi, according to his claim, sent spies among them to break ranks, and eventually that was detected through, of course, whatever means they use. And ab initio, Ngozi Arabezi denied working with the one they called Thunder, who happens to be one of the foot soldiers or combatants of volunteer force under the command of Igwe Butuzo. It is very interesting that eventually, not knowing that Ngozi Orabeze has been using these instruments, these machineries, these insiders to cause division among them. But Ngozi Orabeze, when she was confronted instead, denied that ab initio, and eventually, in the course of time, after the secret was leaked, that the same person who happens to be the foot soldier of Igwe Butuzo command, under the command, are being used to sell information to the Nigerian government or to the enemy, as they claim. That is quite interesting. Now, when such happens, what should eventually take place if you are discovered to be the Sabo according to their position? There are rules of engagement and the rest of them. Now, when eventually it was exposed by the intelligence outfits, and eventually Ngozi Arabese, who denied knowledge of Thunder or having anything to do with him, eventually came out to spread the message again. Do you understand that? And it's telling the Biafrans that Ngozi Arabese is a Nigerian politician. He's not fighting the cause of Biafra. That the early people understand this, the better for them. All the deceptive propaganda has been sponsored, flying here and there, is just in pretense. Now, he believes, according to him, based on the structures laid down by the Biafran Republic government in exile and the defense ministry, that Igwe Butuzo is the chief of defense staff, and every other command, of course, is under his leadership. And how come will you come and sow seed of discord, just with the intention of weakening, infiltrating, asking them to provide informations about their details, their ID card, how many they are, and their accounts, with the intention of overrunning them and getting their details and possibly tracking the personnel and the rest of them. This was the intention of Ngozi Arabese, according to Gento, and this could not be far-fetched from the realities. Some persons have questioned the sincerity of such actions, which even the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa never did, why he was, before he was summoned for questioning and the rest of them. This is quite interesting now. People perhaps must not still be living in oblivion, as so many cabinet members of Ngozi Arabese quotes is tendering resignation. Now, the defense front is now denying allegiance, involvement with Ngozi Arabese. They are saying that she forcefully imposed Deputy Prime Minister on her side, that they are not under her command or control. That is just it. That she is not there for Biafra. And Biafrans should be aware of this, that the money she has been collecting from Biafrans, she is using it to fight the defense front. Paying a Bubago and sponsoring the DSS against the Biafran fronts or Biafran defense force according to that position. It is quite interesting, honestly, this striking revelation coming from the main people involved. On several occasions, Ngozi Arabese has come to say, of Moses, saying that anybody saying that money is not given to the BDF or whatever that she meant by that, or BLA and the rest of them, the person is lying. But they have come several occasions to debunk that. Now, provide the evidence of who is receiving the money. The argument they put out eventually, possibly, they could have traced that Ngozi Orebeze recruited among the same Biafrans or volunteer force, willing vessels that was brought over and were elevated in the rank of commanders, loyal to Ngozi Orebeze, and they are there as spies, monitoring, giving information about the operations or what have you, whatever is the interest, of course, collecting data and information about that. That is the position he maintained, that this is exactly what has been going on. And they have been on this trail for several months. Begin to question, why is Ngozi Orebeze, who raises funds in the name of the BDF, BLA, as they are being called, the Biafran Defense Force, not remitting the money to those people they raise the money for? It is quite interesting, honestly, what is coming up. There are other series of engagements or videos. I would also, this is just a preamble to this discussion. It's lengthy. I wouldn't want to make it very lengthy as a matter of fact, but we are going to take it bit by bit. Exposing. It is an exposition. As I exactly said, if you have been following the trail of discussions and the drama unfolding in most recent time, you understand I have argued about this. So how could they be fighting the structures that the Federal Republic government or the template they have designed or they have rolled out on the roadmap to the restoration of the Biafra lost sovereign state? Now, Biafra was declared a sovereign state in 1967, 30th of May, and eventually that culminated into the most bloodiest and the genocidal war between Nigeria and the Biafran, being described as the civil war, the most deadliest civil war. And eventually, they have to defend that declaration and sovereignty for 3.5 years. Resilient, putting up resilience against the Nigerian state, not just against the Nigerian state, but if we are to be left for Nigeria alone, Nigeria wouldn't have defeated Biafra, because as is the informations are before the public domain, that several countries, these are international community. Now, the Biafrans fought the war. That was another World War III. Yes, this is the Biafran war should be described as World War III in their sense, because including the Egypt, Russia, Britain, United Kingdom, and the sub-Sahara African countries, except for Equatorial Guinea, Ivory Coast, and they supported Biafra. Every other person was against Biafra. And with deceptive propagandas, this sold out that this is not just about ethnic cleansing, it's not about Christian, Muslim fight, and the rest of them. But eventually, that was just it. There was an deliberate intention to not just subjugate the people, otherwise children wouldn't have been victimized. Children wouldn't have been victim of the war crimes, where children were denied and deprived the right to access to food. blockade was invoked, enacted, and yet the world watched. Millions of children died out of malnutrition, lack of food, to the point they starved to death. You see children falling by the way, by the streets, in the forest, and the rest of them. There are video clips about the war. You could also access that, and you will experience, you understand how horrible the situation is. That the people said, we don't want to become victims of conspiracy of annihilation. Rather than being stuck in the wheel of motionless and despair under the connotation of one Nigeria, in the interest of preserving humanity, let's part our ways. Let everybody manage his own resources and solve his own problems as might be peculiar and localized to his or her own region. So whosoever that has good intention for humanity would embark on such, because prior to this escalation, Igbos are being killed across the northern region, the western region, and the rest of them. And how do you stop that? If the people say, we don't want you, you are not part of us by the actions, because if you are a country, you wouldn't, and you have nationalism, the nationalistic spirit, you wouldn't be fighting against an ethnic majority in Nigeria. And the Igbo people are not minority as far as Nigeria is concerned. Even Africa, they have been described as the largest black race on the surface of the earth. The largest black race on the surface of the earth, and the most traveled, most educated ethnic nationality in the USA, in the United States, and every other Western world. You can make your statistics, make your findings, and the rest of them. So anyone fighting them is being moved by envy. And that is the same war that's ongoing. But the sabotage within is still invoked. And this is the reason why he said, we are going to fight every sabotage, every sabo sponsored, implanted, spies sent as missions to destabilize, to infiltrate the Biafran Defense Force will be destroyed, will be dealt with, and he's giving a very strong warning to Ngozi Arabeze to hands off, assuring her that all her efforts, all her plans to bring and to destroy Biafra will not start. Let's have your own take regarding this development. Always exciting being here. Don't forget, this is just the beginning. We are coming with more loaded episodes. Turn on the notification button, stay tuned, and watch, comment, like, and share this video. Let it go viral. Thanks again for watching.